Alright guys, who would like to give the recap for last week's session? I'm hearing crickets. Did nobody take notes?
A lot of role playing.
Yeah, it was.
It was a long roleplay.
I lost.
A
30 minutes.
lot happened, but not a lot
It did.
happened at the same
I
time.
lost them. I don't remember what happened.
We mostly were talking to Urza.
Yeah, we met Urza in
primarily.
Redemptia. Eric talked with a different accent when he talked to Urza. Urza is not going to help us find the library, but is going to help us. I'm starting my own CIA. Or I'm starting Urza's CIA.
Does anybody recall what Urza said about the library?
It was in the sack part of that one country, and Dad made a promise not to tell people where it was, and that was like the only promise he hadn't broken, and apparently that's as far as he was willing to go. And the librarian doesn't let people in there unless they promise not to use it against the knowledge in there against other people.
Yes. And you guys also talked about some potential war materials that are being developed. And you talked a little bit about the hidden city. Urza told you that it's definitely possible and mentions that he is well aware of other realms and other gods within those realms, but did not provide much more information past that. Okami, you were reading into the development of Mineria and how they gained so much technological and scientific prowess. Leo, you were just being a turtle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just-
And I think Eric and Leo were sort of, I guess, front running the conversation with Urza.
Yeah.
So, you guys have all had time to rest and stay in the castle. You guys are all well fed, nourished, and supplied. If you need any consumables, anything like that, not crazy expensive spell components, but bolts, arrows, pitons, I don't know, pick something. Then Urza is willing to supply it. You guys also don't forget you have 2+1 poison swords, which I don't think you guys have discussed who wishes to take those or anything.
Well, I think Reddick's taking one. We already decided, and I believe Leo was taking the other.
Wait, I'm taking one of what?
The poison swords.
Oh, I'm taking a poison sword.
+1 sword.
Well, actually, no. I don't want anybody else's anybody else's weapon. Actually, no. Let me check the rules. I have to attune kind of to a weapon, but there's a limited number of weapons I can attune to in order for me to get all of my monk bonuses.
Ah. But I'm pretty sure Leo was taking the other one.
All right, guys. So you stay the night in Urza's castle, and when you wake up, you find that Urza is gone.
Wait.
Um, yes.
Didn't I make a point last session of following Urza to talk to him?
Well,
pretty
yeah, but
sure.
are you gonna follow him across the country as he just goes on random duties?
Well, I meant like as he was leaving dinner, and that was where we ended.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Was there more that you wished to discuss with Urza, or?
I mean, I guess not like specifically. I wanted to talk to him about like the whole Warforged and shit, like see how that's going, and then like with that, I did kind of want to pool the party while we're here because people had mentioned it. If they want to kind of stay for at least a little bit and let me maybe work on a Jeff 2.0. Or if they wanted me to work on a Jeff 2.0.
That is up to the party. The resources are obviously available in the castle.
I've kind of figured as much.
Yeah, the primary manufacturer of Warforged, in fact. Guys, did you have thoughts? I know Okami probably wants to see the cast or see the secret library, but yeah,
It's like, where'd everybody go?
I have a question. Are those poison swords short swords or long swords?
longsword.
Okay.
I'm trying to be lazy right now and find a workable pre-made one, so we don't have to make a custom one. Any other questions though?
Not question, but for you, there should be a poison dagger like that you could probably just change to sword and change its dice.
Oh, that's So, guys, are you guys gonna discuss if you wish to stay longer or if you wish to uh, finalize your travel arrangement? Urza said that he was going to be back, by the way. He's not just like disappearing forever. He's just, you know, the world goes on.
I mean, I'm obviously willing to stay, especially if people want to answer my question. But I'm willing to move as well.
I know Renek had mentioned. Oh, that's funny, Okami. Okami, did you hear the question proposed to the party then?
I heard it, but then you were like, so and so has a plan about staying, and I missed all of that.
Well, Eric wanted to propose to the party because it was mentioned by a couple members previously if they wanted him to potentially work on a Jeff 2.0.
Well, but I think we need to head over to the library of secrets. What if they still are another god?
It would only take me a couple days. The Warforged we were serving with, they are pretty much based on the same model. I just add some of my own adjustments, you know.
Redneck.
I mean, I think that gives us a couple days to get, everything in order for leaving, packing, planning our route and everything, checking out the library.
I would also like to check in on the crew that we sent here.
Oh yeah.
I think that was also part of Renek's CIA for Urza, was we were gonna start with them potentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were gonna be our intelligence agency. Yeah, as far as that crew goes, well, Renek, Gomi, Gomi and Leo and Renek, where are you at? I know Renek, you wanted to help with the intelligence agency, so so it kind of suits you to have some more time. What about the rest of you?
Leo having some free time, more or less, is gonna go observe some prayers and battle practice that he hasn't been able to do, as his old routine used to be.
Okay. Yeah, there's in fact a training ground in the castle, or an area for someone to train, or perhaps test martial weapons, either way. And I guess then let's get into the weeds of it. Eric, do you need the time to build Jeff 2.0? Like in reality?
Yeah. So I would like, I have my opinion, but I would like to ask the party, do you think Jeff 2.0 should be the same class, just a little different? Should he be the same class, period? Or should he be a different class?
That brings up another point. Patterson's character was brought in as a mercenary. So I think hiring them on should influence whether or not we want you to stay more ranged or be more melee fire. I think we could use another frontliner.
Gomi hasn't had much chance to show their martial prowess. Did you want to share a little bit with the group about what it is or how Gomi fights to help with this?
Yeah, did you want me to list off the spells that I have, or?
Preferably not so meta.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, what type of fighter do you envision Gomi as being in combat?
You want to
Support
get right up
role? Is
front
it a
or do you want to stay back and lob and shoot arrows kind of from the back, like up close and personal, or from a distance?
More front lines. I think I'm good at this sort of psychological stuff. Like I have the charm person, and I have the trying to find what my spells are. I'm sorry, it's confusing. And
hearing more support based though. Like you're gonna help other people out with the spells you can cast, kind of.
Yeah. I have
Oh.
like spells that are good for like psychological stuff. I think so. More support things, not as much like hand-to-hand combat action things.
So, yeah, how does that play into Jeff, guys?
So Jeff might need to be more forward heavy because we need more upfront kind of puncher guys.
I guess I'll make a fighter.
So bummed out.
Well, it's just like thematically, I don't think barbarian works.
No, not for a Warforged, yeah.
Yeah. So like, we already have 2 monks. I guess I could be a rogue.
Who's the
We
other
did
monk?
just lose a rogue.
Leo's a monk.
Who is?
Leo.
Isn't
I
Dan
thought you were a paladin.
a monk?
He's
I mean,
monk- he's
I'm
rogue.
a paladin.
I thought you were monk paladin.
No, I'm a paladin. I come from a monastery.
Oh, I thought. Well, yeah. I mean, so do monks.
That's
I was
gross.
just being purposely vague about it. I wasn't trying to like be meta and be like, "Hey, I'm a paladin. I'm role playing a character."
You're good. But we have to get a little meta here.
No, yeah, totally. That's why I was
But yeah, either way, we've already got a monk, so it's like rogue or fighter is what I'm left with, basically.
But like, you can do anything you want though.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like it just always turns out better when you go with whatever character makes you go, "Ooh, that sounds like fun."
I just like.
Yeah,
I'm
ultimately,
not-
I want you guys to enjoy it and be as immersed
No,
in it as
dude,
possible.
I'm not opposed to playing either. Like, I'm not opposed to playing a fighter. It was just the last character I played was a fighter. You know, other than Jeff.
Which is fair.
Be down. I'll see what I can work. We'll figure some shit out. Okay, so this is gonna take me time. Yes, I do need real world time for this.
So Eric lights his cigar, lifts up his tutu, and heads to the labs.
Yep. Let me get
So
out my-
Nick, as you are lounging throughout the day, you see Urza return to the castle as the flags rise, and behind him, you see 2 older men of nobility. And he comes into the castle. He heads to his office, and shortly after his arrival, you see a servant who requests your presence in his office.
Is Eric with us?
Eric is down in the bowels of the castle working on Jeff 2.0.
I'm gonna look at the party. Does anyone know who these people are?
Yeah, they're with Urza. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Yeah, I just would. Yeah, I'll follow. I meant more for like information's sake. Do we know who they are?
Maybe you should go to the meeting and find out.
Yeah, I'm following.
Do you go? As you enter his office, you see Urza sitting behind his table and the two men sitting at his side. Hello. Renek, I was so interested in your idea. I wanted you to meet the president of Mineria. This is Alazar. And this is Bellamy. He is the governor of this city. I wanted you to run their ideas by them so that you could see what my people see and not just me.
You said that was Belazar, and I apologize, I'm very bad with names.
Bellamy.
Belazar and who else?
Bellamy. Not Belazar.
Bellamy.
Bellamy.
I didn't spell it wrong first.
And who is the other one? The governor?
Yes. So you have the president of the country and the
Yeah.
governor of the local city and the
And what-
primary city where Urza's castle is located.
Who is Bellamy?
The governor.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is the president?
Alazar.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rennick. Rennick offers his a handout and greeting to both.
Then shake your hands. We hear that you have some interesting ideas that might protect the future of Mineria.
Yes. An information collection and interpretation and reporting organization. Rather not interpretation, more analysis. The intent is to create one that is beholden to the government that it supports and is not under the influence of any one individual who might be able to pick and choose what is reported to the government and thereby obfuscate or influence out of its own place. The basic idea is to divide up the executive function and the financial support amongst other branches of the government. Legislative and judicial are my two thoughts. I've also considered integrating them into local governments as well, so that the organization reports not only to the larger federal government, but also to local structures such as city governments.
This all sounds very interesting. What would be the ultimate goal and purpose of such an agency? To what end would they protect us?
Well, not so much protecting as simple informing. Your country is large and it exists in an even larger world. Awareness of the events that occur is what allows you to make not only informed but timely decisions, both in defense, offense, and just in the preservation of your own interests, both domestically and outside of your own borders. My intention is to create an organization that is controlled by the government it serves and does not make its own directives or goals, but rather goals as decided by the legislative body.
Have you seen such an organization be successful before? I agree we need something of the sort. We've lost sight of our neighbors, and they seem to be risking destabilizing us with the poor quality of the ether still being smuggled in and finding its way into our system. And Sengo seems to be changing more than they have in quite a long time. They presented powers which they've never used before at the last combat.
Well, the first order of business with this organization would be to put people in positions where they can overhear or simply come across local events, local newspapers, local reporting organizations, things of that nature, and then report that back to offices in Mineria that can interpret that information um, as a wider picture, and then create reports that can be easily read and understood by decision makers such as yourself and other governors.
How would we go about training such individuals? It seems like this would be a highly specialized skill.
Eventually, it would be. To begin with, though, the goals are going to be very simple and very basic. Primarily, you want to hire what I'll refer to as handlers. These people do not go out of their way to obtain any information. They simply live in an area and are part of the local community and run a business or participate in some other form of employment like anybody else would. But they report to you just the general happenings. If a large group of military folks start moving through the village that they are in, they can report that. If there is a shift in the economy and people have stopped spending money and have started fearing for their futures, they can report that. They can also then start tasking out other individuals that they develop relationships with. Perhaps through their business, there's a trader that goes into another city who can report not only the price of goods, but also the happenings and events in that city. For the first batch of individuals, we may not even want to trust them with letting them know exactly what they're fully a part of. I have come across a few less than properly taxed organizations who would actually make great first recruits. Not directly, they would never wear the hat of the organization, but somebody else that you trust could be tasked out to go and pay them in exchange for reporting anything and everything they can get their hands on.
Who are these people you have in mind?
They're smugglers. In terms of identifying the sources of Aether Steel, they are primarily placed to identify that, though. They know how to speak the language of smugglers. They know various other smugglers already. And while I wouldn't try and push them to disclose entire smuggling networks, I think they might find it in their interest to accept coin while also participating in their normal activities. If all they have to do is tell you what those activities are.
And you say they are in the perfect place to execute such a mission?
I wouldn't call it a mission. This isn't a specific tasking that they're going to go out and accomplish. This is a passive operation. Nobody's going to be tasked out to sneak into any building or obtain a specific piece of information. They're just going to tell you what they hear day to day. They're going to be your ears and eyes across not only Mineria, but the entire continent. We'll have essentially a brain, a few offices that will receive these reports and interpret them as a whole to create a picture of the wider goings-ons, not only in Mineria, but again, the entire continent. This clear picture is going to better help your entire government make decisions because they'll better understand how decisions they make within their own borders are affecting organizations outside of their borders and vice versa.
What you've said makes a lot of sense. And from my perspective, it would be a great tool and asset. However, I am an elected official, and I must have the trust of my constituents. How do you not think that this would breed distrust amongst the common people?
Well, that's why the executive office, that of president, would have no influence on this organization. This organization will report to the legislative branch, which is made up of elected representatives of the people. It does not create its own directives, does not decide its own priorities. Those decisions are made by the legislative, by the elected branch. The judicial branch, as an ethical bystander, would be required to approve of any financial or any budgets. In this way, even if the legislative branch were to outstep itself and do something unethical, such as creating a sub-organization within this larger intel organization that was dedicated towards killing people, the judicial branch would be needed to sign off on that, and could then raise the flag on an issue like that. And I would also suggest that this be put forth as an organization governed by specific laws. Both its establishment would need to be a bill that would be passed, and then its limitations would need to be clearly defined. And the only way, even in times of emergency, that this organization would be allowed to expand its purview of responsibility would be with the further amendment or addition to that body of laws. This would prevent it from growing itself, and would also prevent anybody who was a product of this organization from gaining undue political influence.
Alizar looks to Urza. I believe the only thing left is to decide whether you will present the bill to the legislator, or if I shall present it. Urza, looking at Alizar, says, I feel if it comes from the people, it will be more well received. If I present it, they will feel as if I am trying to gain power back. Alizar looks back to Renek. I will have my people begin drafting a bill. Will you be here long? They will need several days to complete it, and I would like for you to look it over.
I'll speak to the rest of my party, but I would prefer to stay here the entire several days. There are some finer details as far as how the organization is fleshed out that I would like to share my ideas on. But they'll make more context if we have something more than just words to discuss them. I will get back to you before the end of the day, and let you know how long I'll be able to stay in the city.
Okay. I will be in the city working through some things with Bellamy and Urza. Just contact us or one of our servants, and we will work out the rest. I will have my people begin working up the bill as soon as I can. With that, they shake your hand and they thank you, and they proceed out. Urza looked at you. You have unintentionally become a man of some influence in our country.
I would encourage you to limit that influence. These organizations, these intelligence organizations, they're incredibly powerful things, and they can get very out of hand very quickly. Even as I've tried to structure it, if enough people in the organization intentionally chose what not to report, they could cause outsized influence on your entire country. And as powerful as Mynera is, undue influence on the entire world.
I see. I've always tried to maintain a balance. I want Myneria to be powerful, but to protect itself. I do not wish the beings of this world harm, but I wish for mine to thrive and be fully protected. I fear that this organization may put us at risk of upsetting that balance. But I must admit, I cannot go against your logic.
It very well could, but any system of government's organization that attempts, well, is really just fighting against the slow rot of corruption. Even your own democratic system isn't immune to it. but how we specifically organize and interact with those systems can help mitigate the spread of corruption, or at least slow the influence of corruption. Eventually, the system will shift and change, but I think that's in large part for the better. New, better ideas come, they can't always take center stage if the stage is full.
Well, I have extended a lot of trust to you, Rennek. And I do it because I know Nisa has trusted you, and you are a well-spoken individual.
I encourage you to hire outside experts that I don't know about to scrutinize what I've said and try to identify any possible bias or short sight. My ideas, while they may sound awesome, are just that, ideas, and they need to be tempered by other opinions and viewpoints.
Urza gives you a wry smile. My friend, we are a country based on science. We question everything. And this is not the first time ideas such as these have come up. Though this seems to be the most balanced system. And it is why I have gone for it so quickly.
Well, I appreciate it. I will take the compliment.
Just remember, the gods are always watching, and we're always checking. Well, maybe not Craig. He's probably drunk. But even he has far-seeing eyes.
Well, if this organization pans out to be what I'm trying to make it, you'll have the farthest seeing eyes of any god.
I hope so.
Rather, your government will.
Well, I have other people to meet with today and things that I must get attended to. Hopefully to return to my experiments if I'm able. I thank you for your help.
Oh, not a problem. I need to go find a way to get humbled now that I've received so much praise from so many powerful people, all in one day.
Don't let it go to your head. And with that, he heads out. Oh, did anybody have anything that they wanted to attend to in these couple of days while Jeff is, Eric is working on Jeff?
I just want to say DM for your and everybody else's sake. I can build this fairly quickly. So if you guys do want to keep going, I can RP in the meantime. If we want to push past it.
Well, Okami would like to continue, looking into the history of this country, particularly early technological advances. I'm trying to see, I'm trying to meet where my country is with how to start moving forward to get better technologies and stuff.
So you see that prior to Urza taking over Mineria, it was a feudal kingdom that was roughly the same technological level as Kiku. However, after Urza returned from the period of time in which he disappeared, he took over the country, and when he took over the country, he began to organize and actually distribute wealth to different people to start getting resources. And with those resources, he even gave the people of Kiku technology to mine the Aether Still, as they had much better access to the resource. And in doing so, basically secured your guys' trade relationship and was able to develop stores of Aether Still to make his weapons, and also he hired scientists to research and figure out what was going on, why were crops dying, why were people getting sick, things like that. And in doing so, they figured out some stuff and figured out some better practices, introducing ideas like crop rotations, and running sewage to get water out of cities or get waste out of cities. Um, Basically, just cleaner practices and better sciences. And you see that as the people grow and then they are happier, they tend to work towards other ends. And so there's also a history of arts and things in Mineria.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else, or would you guys like to proceed?
I have a question.
Yes.
I wanted to be able to talk about pay and my continuation on the team. Because, like, personally, my character isn't really in any of the god business. Doesn't really care. Just cares about safety and money. So I wanted to get continuation on this.
What say you?
I think a warlock with a street urchin background is useful for our pursuits, and I think we can afford it.
Yeah, I think that I can be helpful in creating like creative solutions for problems. But yeah, it depends on what your guys' needs are.
Well, maybe again we can, because I think Rennick was on this talking to the officials, but like I said, I wanted to go check on the crew at some point too that we sent over here. Maybe since they're officially working for the government now.
Right. So they have been working on, they're working for the army, shipping supplies. They're not like a weaponized crew or anything, but they handle basic shipments up and down the coast. They've been doing relatively well, and they are very happy to be on the legal side of things for once in their life. And the, I guess, thing I had to propose to you is, would you like to take a ride with them down to the southern city of Mineria along the coast, or would you like to ride along the railway to the other city, which would be significantly faster, although you guys do risk attack, I suppose. And then I guess from there, it's completely up to you how you wish to make your way across Viumbe.
I'm gonna actually bogart Gomi's contract, and actually see if I can refer Gomi over to being hired by. I need to come up with a name for it, but the organization that just got created or is being legislated into existence. Gomi could be a liaison between Mineria
I
and
need the
the
name
Gods.
because the organization.
Well, I'm calling us the
Before I go,
God
it needs a
Squad.
name. Okay, no, not us. The organization you created, because every time you say the organization, I get this really ominous feeling. So we need something better than
This
the
is how we
organization.
raise distrust in the people. Calling it the organization is exactly how we make them not trust you.
Well, what if we just call it Big Brother?
That sounds so loving.
Room 189 or what is it? Room 1984.
Room 1984. It's just named after the suite number they have in the local city office.
Well, I was thinking Fahrenheit 1984 for a dystopian.
Oh no, I
government
got the reference.
And then Room for the name of one of the secret North Korean organizations is Room something.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I didn't get the room reference then.
Yeah, I'm open to any names. Something that doesn't sound aggressive. Animal Farm. What if we called it Seinfeld?
That's definitely not threatening. Some people
Alright,
might
I'm
be
gonna go with-
confused.
I'm gonna go with Seinfeld for now. That's the name of the organization. Yeah, Gomi can be a liaison from Seinfeld to the God Squad, which I would think actually it would be an important priority to keep tabs on the God Squad. It's a little existential for deities across the continent.
Yeah, I think that would possibly be a good idea because I'm kind of neutral on the whole entire thing, so I could be able to give you guys information and be able to help out.
How's everyone feel? Do they agree to that? Leo? I'm not sure if Okami's back yet.
Would also mean that the paycheck doesn't come out of our pockets. Can you not ruin all the cushions on the couch every time you go to lay down on it?
I was actually going to say that you guys have your shipping company buy out Gomi's contract, but this actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It's not even
it's
really
not-
much of a matter of like having a new person. It's just a different office from the same company paying you.
Yep.
Okay. Also, yeah, Eric, I messaged you just because Rennick's not logged in.
Oh, interesting.
I'm assuming Rennick, you're playing on Gomi's screen.
No, I'm in the game right now. I didn't have my character sheet open.
Ah, that's why.
Oh, I see you now.
Also, sorry, I made two Jeffs. The first one, I closed one of the windows that basically let me choose my character class. So yeah, I had to start over. My subclass rather.
Which one am I deleting?
Non-caps. And I just got kicked.
Well, that sucks. It kicked both of them. I just meant to kick one. It's my bad. I didn't realize it was gonna kick your entire kick you off of fantasy grounds. I thought it was just gonna kick the character.
Yeah. No, I could have gone and done that later. I could have deleted it. I'm pretty sure.
So, guys, um, uh-oh. What is the game plan for travel? Or tentative game plan? Because things definitely will not get sidetracked or messed up.
Um, I would personally think that traveling down with the crew would be a good idea, even if it takes a little longer. We can establish a little more rapport with them, learn what they've been up to. Oh god damn it. Fucking you screwed me again, AB.
Guys, how?
Because I was picking my subclass, and when you kicked me, now I can't pick my subclass anymore, so I have to do it again.
Oh, then not lies. My bad.
God damn it. Okay.
I love
so
you.
I will make my own character. You leave them alone, even though there's two, and we will delete it later.
Fair enough. Okami, Leo, I guess Gomi, I don't Renek, what are y'all up to? Or do you guys want to plan this out?
Honestly, I just got back and I missed most of the info, like whatever information you gave. So I think I'm gonna take notes and be a background because they had on my knees.
You really didn't miss anything. We argued over the name for a little while, and then I accidentally deleted the wrong character for Jeff, and then I kicked him from the game, and I kind of screwed him over. But
It's all good.
we are attempting, or I'm attempting to. I'm not trying to say we leave now, but figure out the way that we're going to travel from Mineria to that place where the library is supposed to be.
Well, we already have a lot of ocean going contacts. We can either continue to use those or try to cross the inland, but won't going inland take a lot longer?
Well, Urza has offered you his train, which will cut the travel across Mineria to a day. Well, 2 days, but it cuts the time in half, more than half.
Oh no, wouldn't it be nice to do something other than sit in a boat?
Eric proposed traveling with the crew because he wanted to develop more rapport with them and talk to them about Seinfeld.
I would also like to sit in a cushioned chair with an ice-cooled drink rather than on an animal for days.
In a God's
And I
private
would like-
train, drinks are available. That is certain.
And running water and toilets and beds.
The only caveat to the train, I mean, there's not running water, but there's beds, hammocks in the ship. Hammocks
Water-
are comfortable.
Train. Oh wait.
No,
we're on
I
a
was going to
ship,
say the biggest risk with the train is the last time you were on a train, somebody almost killed one of your people, and one of his people.
Yeah. While we have a couple of days, might want to go see somebody about trauma therapy because we're going to go back on a train. It's been just a couple of days since you got knifed to death on a train.
Nightmares of trains haunt me every night.
Gomi's won combat and just immediately gets stabbed in the neck. I'm sorry, Gomi. That wasn't intentional. Mostly. So train, I think we have 3 votes for train. Once you arrive, once you guys arrive at the southern city of Mineria Sootgate, how do you wish to proceed from your travels from there?
I was gonna say, were we just straight leaving? Were we not gonna talk to Urza or anything beforehand?
This is just planning. This is just figuring out and arranging things. This is not talking to anybody right now.
Okay. Not
This is the DM
Coming
trying to
after
figure
me.
out what the hell is going to be happening, mostly.
Yep. Party, how long do we want to stay in Mineria? I would like to stay for probably 8 days, if we could. I think they said it would take like a week for the legislation to be written. I'd like to stay for a day extra, just because no piece of legislation should ever be written fully within the deadline. It needs to be written a fuck ton.
We're going to Hengi in the train.
Well, you're going to Sootgate. Kiku doesn't allow the trains to go inside of its borders.
I have. Oh,
But yes,
mind.
they those cities literally are like there's a wall dividing them. Type deal. It's not a literal wall, but you know what I'm saying. There's a line.
We are 6th level, correct?
Correct.
Well, I say we travel over to Taiboku because that'll bring us closer to the destination.
So you want to go see by train to Sootgate, then just literally walk across the city to
Yeah.
Hangye, and then take a boat upriver. Or ride by horse, I guess it's your preference. Do you guys want to go to Taiboku?
From Hengi, isn't Taiboku like the capital?
Yeah, Taiboku is the capital of Kiku.
Yes, I would like to
It's
go there.
where
There's
the-
much I've shared, so I'd like to stop by there before we head into the middle country.
The rest of the party, what do you guys think?
I mean, that is towards the sack.
It definitely is towards the sack. You guys would have to travel either over mountain or through forest. Unless you wanted to take the longer way around the forest and cut through the plains.
Are we riding horses?
That's up to you guys. Horses
vote
are
for
certainly an
animals.
option.
options are there in Kiku? Do I recall?
You have wagons, you have horses, you have boats, both river and ocean going boats, vessels. Yeah, pretty much kind of the standard affair. You might
I
come up
feel
with
like
ideas.
Hangy. I feel like the place might be a. Sorry, guys, but Dan's character might have some RP in there. So if nothing else, we should remember that when they get back, they should have the opportunity to do that because it's sort of an important city to his god. That's totally meta, but just because I know we're probably not going to stay there that long, but I don't want him to. You know what I mean?
You don't want to upset him. You also aren't traveling with the one member of the party that he sent for you guys.
Yeah, well, that's
Sure.
what I mean. I mean, like, okay, in theory, that character would be here right now, traveling with us. So what I'm saying is, we're probably not going to hang out there for a whole day, but at the very least, Dan should have the opportunity to backtrack, role play anything they want to get done in that city, if that makes sense. I'm meta-ing right now a bit.
Yes, but also I think the
But
point of discussing this is that we're not going there today. This is eventual.
Yes, well, I think there's a lot to be learned in Hangi about some of our questions and in Kiku in general.
it's definitely fair. I'm not opposing. I'm not opposing it at all. Honestly, I'm just trying to figure out how you guys want to get there, and then figure out how much we want to do more in Redemzia. Honestly. But I do think that's a good idea, and in Hangi we will, yeah, I think that that's a good idea for both of your characters to connect with their gods, and maybe get some new information.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like, I feel like Dan would be very successful there, and I didn't want us to miss that. But yeah, that's kind of why I think if we stop those two cities, there's a lot of information to be gathered in Kiku, especially in light of what Urza just told us. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening.
What? And where do you guys want to go? How do you want to go leave to Baki? I totally said that wrong. Taiboku.
To get there or to leave from there?
I guess either or, because I don't think you guys decided if you wanted to travel by longboat up Kiku or up the river, or if you wanted to travel by land along the river by horse.
I vote longboat.
You are going against the current, so it will take longer going.
Fishing's gonna be good though.
And the food, you have to admit, when it comes to fish food, we're pretty good.
Oh yeah, we can have like hot meals every day. Beats the pants off of hoofing it. Treat yourself.
And honestly, I think that's pretty good on planning. I'm not gonna beat it more than that. Um, what do you guys wish to do with the remaining time in Mineria? I know you're waiting on the legislation, Renee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to gather a list of potential first candidates for the for the agents. Among them, I am gonna refer Gomi, and specifically refer that Gomi be the liaison between the Mineria Intelligence and Analysis, the MIA, and the God Squad. Seeing as that's kind of a high importance thing that's going on, probably be good to keep tabs on it. And then I'm also going to talk with Eric about any suggestions he has, as well as
As you're as you're sorting
Yeah.
through information, you become aware of a location that is located in the forest, or at the edge of the forest, along the river in Mineria, just outside of the mountains. And you're not sure what's there, but you find reference to regular shipments and trade coming out of this area. But you see that it's not listed commonly on any maps.
pulled from two places. Okay, I guess we're going on the track.
Can I?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to see if I could meet with Urza or some of her scientists to see about like how they educate people and those things. 'Cause I'd like to start instituting education. I'd like to talk to my gods about education systems. Then that way, hopefully, we can have some of our highly educated people go to their schools, their like higher education schools, so we could have that information come back. Because you need higher places of learning to begin bridging, kind of bringing us further along in the technology.
So you learn of the College of Mineria. And it is basically a town. If you look at the map of Mineria, you see the one small township just south of Redemzia on the other side of the river. That is the College of Mineria, and particularly intelligent youths are selected by local officials, and they are sent there where they dedicate their lives to their studies, and depending on their various skills or whatever, are led into different professions that the stewards of the college feel would be best for the future of Mineria.
We have, for example, in my own town, people who
There
love
are,
knowledge and they thirst for it.
um,
Could there be scholarships
Set of
or some of
rules,
us like
rules that's for building, like, if you want to make a castle or your own city or kingdom.
Sorry, Okami, what was the first part?
I just was wondering if, because there's already some people who privately are very knowledgeable, if we could send some of those peoples as like a scholarship program or like a foreign exchange program to that town so that they can begin to share some of that knowledge back across to our home country.
They've never accepted an outsider before.
Yes, but it's our key relationship with Aether Steel and our ability to mine it and give it to you guys. That can only be increased if our country is more stable and prosperous, like yourselves. And you can limit it to only roles of medical and agriculture to begin with, and still we gain your trust. Because after all, I only want to better my people. Sorry.
I believe with perhaps limited class courses, we might be able to accept something like this.
Thank you. I will present it um to my God, and hopefully we can move forward on this.
Yes, do so. We can discuss proper terms and see if something like that can be arranged.
Thank you. I think it will only bring our nations closer.
I hope so. Did anybody else have anything they want to discuss with Leo or Alizar or even Bellamy? I guess Eric, how are you doing on 2.0?
2.0 is pretty much finished. I just need to do items. I'm looking for a picture right now.
Very cool.
Oh god, this is like perfect.
Renek, on the 6th day of your guys' rest, they come up to you with a rough draft of what has been deemed the Mynerian Intelligence and Analysis Group.
I'll happily sit down and read over it. And I specifically am looking for ways that I could exploit this to my own gain, or that any one individual could exploit this to my own gain. And I want to point out any of those to the writers and tell them that they might need to address those possibilities.
Okay, we've come to a point where we can do a D&D thing.
What is that?
A skill check.
We're rolling dice, everybody. We're rolling dice.
I'm nervous because things have been going really well on this idea so far, and it could go really south really fast.
All right. Give me an investigation check,
We're an hour and
or you can argue me a different roll.
into the session, and this is the first time someone besides the person who's making a character has rolled.
Oh.
Making intelligence my dump stat is not helping what I'm trying to do right now. Well, I'll be using an inspiration this turn. Here we go. How's that for safeguarding the future of your government?
Looking over the document, you feel that it is fairly well written. You see that the executive branch has been given permission to give orders in only special circumstances authorized by legislation. But that they didn't include a way for that period of time to be deemed how long or short it would be. Other than that, slightly small wrinkle.
I
Um,
actually know what I would want to do to correct that.
you find you don't see anything else that appears to create a imbalance.
Can I use my inspiration to suggest that they have the legislative branch, not the legislative branch, the judicial branch, be required to sign off? Um, well, no, the judicial branch would limit that because the executive would still be subject to the fiscal approval of the judicial branch. And that
Do you
approval would
think
have
the
to
other
be given.
systems
each
already have it
quarter.
in check?
Be nice to have it more in check because the executive would be able to do kind of ish what they wanted until the next budget has to be drawn up by the judicial. If they put in a clause that requires the judicial to do additional reviews along with the legislative of the executive's actions on a monthly basis during the period of crisis. And at that point, both the judicial and the executive have the option to shut down or to remove the executive's special privileges.
Is that what you're going to tell the writers of the bill?
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check. Inspiration does give you advantage, or a reroll if you.
I'm gonna re-roll
Yeah, I'm not-
that.
Yeah, that seems like a good call.
Nope, it was
Not
not a
really.
good call. It was a bad call.
Whereas you've been so persuasive and well-spoken the rest of this time, you seem to be unable to convey your ideas to the writers, and they see no reason to amend the bill.
Well, just like any other democratic system, this one will last so long as it is involved primarily by decent and honest folk. Once the grifters gain majority, you're all fucked.
Oh, it's so sad. Um, anyway, Rennick has written his bill. Eric has built his Jeff. And yeah, do you guys want to go for a train ride?
Can I like add something in here?
Always.
So as we essentially like are meeting up to go for the train, you guys see walk out of the stairs from the lab, and I think Urza should be there too, for reasons we discussed.
Yeah. Is there?
Then
Got-
you see what I posted to the Discord. Walk out. Hello.
Hello.
Oi, Urza.
I don't see anything on the Discord.
I sent it to me.
Me neither. So I'm glad I'm not totally crazy.
Oh, did I not like send it? Oh, there it goes. I didn't send it. There you go.
I love it.
I love it.
So yeah, all of you see that walk up, and he kind of like gestures with his hands, just like, "Here I am."
You look very strong.
I think he's a pretty good model. He's I took some of Urza's improvements and added some of my own. Oh, bud, Urza, did you give them the little trinkets?
Oh, yes, I had almost forgotten. Urza reaches into his pocket and pulls out an orb that's fits in your palm. You can hold it and fit your fingers around it, or an average person can. And it's made of resin, and inside of it is a 3D model of his seal, made of very rare elements. And he hands one to each of you, and he says, if you present my seal to any of the Minerian government, they will immediately recognize its significance and know that you are working for me. I do not know how far it will carry you in other countries, though I presume all of your gods gave you a similar token before they set you off on this adventure, as I gave Eric his.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. I shall cherish it. Urza, would you like to hold on to something for us? Wait, let me ask my group. Guys, do you still want to carry around the little visual orb thingy, or can we leave it with Urza?
I mean, it's obviously pretty valuable to the cult if they're leaving it with one of their more respected or cherished individuals.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Urza could learn something about it.
You sure there's nothing more that you can learn about it?
Are you guys speaking in front of Urza, or is this in private right now?
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna ask.
Right, huddled in a corner right by her, but I hope talking private.
You're willing to leave it with him. I'm gonna ask Urza if he knows anything about it. Like,
I just feel like he could learn something off of it with his advanced knowledge that might help us in the future. And it would have been great.
What is it you are speaking of?
I'm gonna pull it out. It's still kind of wrapped up, but it's like this orb that's not exactly a perfect sphere. That when you peer into it, it allows you to see and meet other places. Where I assume they have a matching orb that's not exactly a sphere.
Where did you find this?
Off one of the cult leader guys.
the man named Baines.
Sorry, kids. What?
Baines? I thought you have not met this Baines.
No, it wasn't Baines. But it was.
Oh,
I think it
no,
was
no,
in the
no, no, no.
possession of Tanakh, maybe.
Yeah, Tanakh, not Baines. The letter was signed by Baines. It was in Tanakh's possession.
I see. And you peered into it?
think Okami did.
I was gonna say Okami. Like Jeff looked at it. Jeff 1.0 looked at it, but didn't really see anything.
When I really focused on it, that's when I kind of pseudo met Baines.
And he appeared clearly and could see you?
Yes, and just like I could see his surroundings, which was like a parlor, or a study, he could see my surroundings and the people I was with, which is why we've been keeping it kind of wrapped up, and I sort of forgot about it. But it's also why I don't want to necessarily keep traveling with it, because I don't want him to be able to keep tabs on it.
And since you've had it, is this about when the attacks began?
We're really stupid.
Yes, I would say yes.
I was gonna say, did you ever tell us that he could see you and the people you were with?
I did say he knew where we were. I'm not sure how specific we got. That was days ago.
That would have been nice to know.
Which is why I don't want to keep it in my possession anymore.
Urza looks at all of you kind of concerned. I do believe it might be best if you leave this orb in my possession. I don't know exactly what it is, but I can do some research. I may have something of value
Well, just
to
be
tell you
careful.
when you return.
I want to specifically tell Urza to be careful with it and not necessarily deal with it himself, as the whole point of them, as you know, is they are hunting the gods. So if
Well,
they
it's
can
really
find,
important. Don't use it or test it like in a lab, because he can get a lot of information.
yes, but not in his direct presence. Because if they can find us and they can see him, they can find him. He may be strong, but apparently they've already killed one of the gods. And I don't want my god to die.
That's fair.
I see
agree.
your concern. I believe I can put it somewhere where it will be safe. It seems to be putting your guys' mission in peril. And if you guys fail, then there is no point in any of this anyway. It is better that we take it and protect it. We can conduct research on it. I am not the only mind.
I know you're not. That's why I'm saying this.
I will not take a possession from you guys' party. I only sent Jeff to this. I will allow you guys to make the decision, though I feel it will be safer in Mineria, and better for you overall. They may already have gotten a lot of information and know your plans as it is.
We have been trying to keep it wrapped up because it seemed to take a lot of energy to get it to focus.
My vote's for leaving it here, but again, under like protected officials and shit.
Gomi, Urza gives you a spell scroll of sending.
Thank you. Also, should be aware that they're spies of the cult, so be careful who you trust it with.
I will take it into consideration. I did not become god of this country from being reckless. So, Gomi, you get the spell scroll for sending. This will allow you to contact Urza, and give him a response if the party needs to reach out.
Okay. Will I be able to talk to them through this also?
If you go to the right side of your screen and go to character, the drop down, and go to spells, then type in sending, it'll give you the description.
Okay.
Okami, did you have any other things you wanted to say about the stone or to Urza?
Can I just describe to Urza what I saw when I saw Baines?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'd like to pass on.
Oh, okay. I got you. You're not going to say it.
Not unless you'd like me to.
There is only one place in the kingdom of Viumbe, or in the world of Viumbe, that I can think of that may also match your description.
Mm-hmm.
You see, in Mineria, there's a small settlement located at the end of the river. They do not claim any loyalty to Mineria. We allow them to exist, and we have peaceful trade and communications. They have been here for a very long time. They are advanced, and their tastes are dark. Sounds very much like you described.
What the fuck?
What happened?
I'm trying to implement one of my abilities, but it's weird. I'm gonna have to do it a different way. I know how I can do it. I just gotta do it.
Can you add that location to our map in case we decide to return to there? I think later.
I will put a pin on it. Renek, you noticed that the description of this town matches the information that you got about a location in Mineria.
Ugh.
You mean the place that was being used for illicit activities?
No, the one
murder?
that you just saw trade routes to, and money coming in and out of, but nothing on the map.
Oh,
The description of its location matches where the shipping information was coming from.
all right. Time to go deliver God's justice to criminals. And we want to go check that place out. It sounds like it could be a location of some potential cult activity or other illicit activity. Either way, it's lucrative and violent, possibly.
I kind of think that we should keep our further course. And then I'm gonna point to my notebook and I'm gonna write, just in case they can hear us, I think we should continue on our course, or say we're going to. We can always stop there after we leave the presence of the orb. Never know.
We could always also sail down to that village that we're going to, chill there, do what we need there, and then go back. Which would interrupt what they think our plans are currently.
I assume you wrote in my notebook.
So I shared the location on the map. It is not. It wouldn't be along any of your travels. Honestly, you would have to go by boat to it, and then figure it out from there, I guess. There's no trains or anything that make way from there. Also, what do you guys say to a bathroom break?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys back at, I guess, 4:05? Or that's Western time.
7:05 for us.
Yeah.
Easterners.
Hello.
Hello.
Did we lose Renek? I mean,
Hello,
Gomi?
I'm here. No, Gomi's still here.
We lost
It looks like
Okami.
you got disconnected from Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, their laptop battery died, so it's been plugged back
Oh,
in.
okay.
I'm almost back on.
Alright, so that will be fast.
Yeah.
Okami, are you back? And Jeff, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okami. Okay, well, Leo, are you back?
Yes.
Alright, so I guess we'll proceed without Okami for now. So you guys found out about this mystery town. And Urza has referenced that it looks vaguely like the decor and description of that Okami described when viewing into the orb. You also know about the secret library, which may have information about how to get to the City of Rumors, which definitely looks like what you guys saw. And was connected to Tanakh and his disappearance before you found him dead. What does the party wish to do?
Basically, what was there?
You guys
I
are
wish
all
to
still in
go-
Redemzia.
I wish to go check out whatever that place was that's not marked on the map, but we had traffic coming in and out of commercial activity in.
Oh, alright. Wait, have a good one, guys.
Dan says hi.
Tell Amy I said hi.
Just did.
Oh, okay.
He just poked his head back in and said, tell him I said hi. Tell Daddy DM hi.
Please no. So it's roughly 170 miles to the town that Urza indicated. And he also told you that he leaves them alone because it's not worth the fight.
Who is this that's talking?
Urza.
Or
Yeah, but he's talking about who?
about
The
the
mystery
people at
town.
the...
Okay.
So they're a known criminal organization, but they're just not worth the effort.
Right. Not well. They're fairly autonomous.
Am I speaking to Urza right now? Is Rennick?
Yes.
Urza, if they are, well, actually, what is it that they deal in? What's their market, if you know?
Out of character, before you answer that, would Eric have had dealings with them?
No.
Okay.
I'm. Uh, is Eric a part of this conversation?
They do not deal particularly in anything. I believe that they have deals with the goblins in the mountains. I am not sure. They have always had money. They remain autonomous. Um, in the early days when I was seeking to unite Mineria, I tried to take it over, but it only strengthened their numbers.
I'm inclined to leave them be for now. They're not the sort of criminal organization that I would be inclined to suggest as being part of the MIA or being paid off or used by the MIA. Doesn't seem like they'd have much need for being keyed into the rest of the wider criminal network.
No, I believe they may be involved with human smuggling from Ramal, though I have no evidence of this. But they don't feed on Mynerian people.
Rennick will look, he will allow himself to look visibly upset at the mention of human smuggling. Well, that does entice me to go investigate it further myself, though it wouldn't be to offer any sort of hand in friendship. Thank you, Urza, for that information. I think for now, I'm going to suggest that the party not have anything to do with that location as well, for now at least. We may end up coming back to them by following the trail of the people smuggling from another direction, though.
Does the rest of the party agree?
And nothing else. Yeah, I kind of think our original plan can be very useful to go about that.
Okay. If you guys want to stock up on rations, restock arrows, anything like that, you're welcome to do it now for free from Urza's armaments and supplies. Within reason, of course.
I will be doing that myself, within reason.
Jeff, you've already got a whole new body.
Yeah, I'm grabbing just arrows or whatever, because
Just awkwardly grabbing arrows from the corner.
just basic stuff, you know. Maybe some pitons, shit like that. But yeah, also you notice as Jeff like walks around or as we kind of after he introduces himself, fucking just like his rifle and rapier, his axe kind of like folds into his arm.
I like the changes to the design. Does it suit you better, Eric?
Oh, I think it'll suit the purposes we need.
Good. I believe you have been successful on this mission so far.
You made some great improvements,
I fear that as you continue in your investigation, the cult begins to ramp up. He presents you with a note. It's kind of on a ragged piece of paper. We had someone present this to us. They found it in a bar. They're not sure where it came from. And it was a note giving the time of a temple.
what do you mean the time of a temple?
I know
It
we were
says
looking for
temple. Says temple is at 8.
Ah. We were looking for a temple.
Yes, as soon as it came to the desk of one of my investigators, they shoot it up to my castle.
Did you just find this?
It came in last night. We still don't know where this temple is or what, but it appears this cult might be maybe recruiting or communicating through local taverns.
We'll
And we
be
need to
safe,
figure out how
Simon.
temple.
I'm sorry, say again?
I was gonna let Okabe speak, but I was just gonna say, well, be safe, sire. That means they're already here.
We suspected as much already, though I fear it may be worse than we thought. We will continue to gather information while you go on your trip.
Maybe that's the first good mission for the MIA.
I had thought so. When they have been structured and organized, if we rush into anything, we risk doing things improperly, after all. Oh, we lost Okami.
That sounds like the temple is like not a temple, so it's like got a different meaning.
Like it's a meeting.
Yeah.
So it isn't a place, but an event?
Yeah. Like out of character, like how you go to mass, but mass is at the church. So temple
Exactly.
is the event, not the place.
Yeah.
Well, we must figure out where they're holding these temples, as they appear to call it. This does seem the perfect mission for the MIA, does it not, Renek?
No, actually. The MIA is a passive collection organization, not an active targeted collection organization. Something like that would be more suitable for law enforcement, who can then facilitate taking action immediately after they've discovered something that they can actually take action on.
But shouldn't the members of the MIA know what they should be listening for?
I
They
was
don't
gonna
have
say,
to actively be going to collect it. If it's in the taverns, they might hear it.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought you guys were talking about sending the MIA to go spy on somebody.
No, no.
that-
Have you considered looking at perhaps tavern owners or bartenders?
Yes, my thought had been to first, in each town, you can have a single agent who facilitates payments out to various different business owners who would come across idle chit chat, as well as seeing travelers and foreigners and visitors.
Perfect. Well, if we haven't solved the mystery of the location by the time the MIA is made, perhaps we will make it something they can listen for.
Eric would like to ask Urza if there is any way that we can potentially contact him on our travels.
Urza looks over at Gomi. I have given Gomi means to contact me directly. I can always contact you as well.
Very well, sire.
With that, Urza takes you guys
Did it
to
just get really
his.
quiet, or is my thing not working?
Did I get quiet?
No.
It was quiet for a moment.
Yeah, mine too.
Sorry about that. Urza takes you to his private train station where his train is waiting. You notice that it is more heavily guarded this time. There are actually guards on the roof of the train walking along, and guards sitting in between the carriages as well. You guys are taken to a different train car, but the same room as you were in previous.
Mhm. It's a shame to see all this expense, need for the security.
We have taken measures to guard the train more securely this time, to try and prevent any further attacks. Although, perhaps the removal of a certain item from your inventories might have already solved that problem.
I think so. Though I imagine this party is formidable enough to deal with most assassins that could be sent our way.
It would seem so, but it's not worth risking injury.
True, and I appreciate that I can sleep a little easier. And with that, Rennick's gonna just sort of sit back and try and take a nap.
Like that.
Like that. Whoa. I'm sorry, what was that, Ren?
Rennick is gonna sit back and close his eyes, take a nap.
As you are falling asleep, Renek, you hear shouts coming from the eastern side of the train. Appears to be coming from the outside. And you hear things slam up against the outside of the train car. looking out the window, you see a guard who is dead go past. Everyone roll for initiative.
Okay, so I tried to whisper you, but
Oh, sorry.
yeah, you can just read that. But basically, my AC should be higher. Is there? And I can't like.
Oh,
manually-
I saw that. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna look at it right now, but just tell me what it is, and we will make adjustment
I
to the
will
roll.
I will link the ability, but my AC should be 19, essentially.
Okay.
16 plus my proficiency.
Wait, I'm not by my computer for a minute. So can you roll my initiative for me?
Yes. Okay. I still have to roll a Kami's initiative. Where the hell's your initiative at? Just kidding, I found it.
Also, you put Eric on the map. Just FYI.
Right.
Jeff's there too, but you put Eric there. And I released the other Jeff that was improper.
Okay. So, the assassins attack.
Quick question. Eric, if we get rich enough, can we just make you Iron Man? But like from Iron Man 2 Iron Man with just like a bunch of the suits?
I mean, it's not an impossibility. And also, that's up to DM if he wants to allow that.
Find someone named Jarvis and capture their soul.
Oh my god. This was the luckiest card ever. I take it back. This is the luckiest card ever. I hope you guys realize what's happening, because yeah, right now the assassins are killing or attacking. They're not killing. The card is a good fighter, apparently. They are killing the guards.
Someone's about to get an amazing promotion today if he survives.
The fact that he has so far.
I kind of wanted to survive this encounter. We have a tendency to really help the careers of guards who survive.
He died.
Well, could have had a great career.
The guards remain steadfast and continue to fight. All right, real quick. It's supposed to be control to target people, right?
Yes. Control click. To target multiple targets. And then roll engine.
The cabin door is blasted open, and a huge ball of flame comes in. The flames almost hitting Okami. Leo, it's your turn.
Leo's gonna get up
I'm sorry, you're really quiet.
to 1 second. Leo's gonna move from his seat and prepare his weapon at the door. Get his party mates tied to prepare themselves before we head out of the way, and I'll prepare to attack them if I
Okay.
don't trust
Renek?
Rennick, if anybody was watching, they would not have noticed how or seen how he managed to get his swords into his hand, but he did somehow get his sword into his hand, and he is up and running. I should have used a measuring tool earlier. Oh yeah, I can
Let's
totally
remember, this
Um,
is the giant fantasy train. We agreed it is to scale.
All right, so Rennick is going to burn a key point to dash. Um, yeah, he's gonna dash up to behind one of these assassins.
Wait, but that's way more than dashing.
My dashing is 80 feet. Oh wait, no, yeah, that is more than. Right. That's what I can get. My base movement is 35, so that's 70 feet per.
You're basically at 70 feet right there. We'll say that's good.
All right, and he's gonna attack with his sword. To assassin number 3. You can take it right in the side of the face.
All right, roll regular dash. Okay. Is that your turn?
No,
Do
I'm
you
gonna
have a
follow
second
that up.
attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that up with an O-arm strike on my free hand.
Are you kidding me?
Oh man, I'm gonna fuck up this assassin.
All right, go for.
Yeah. Nice. Pretty good damage rolls too.
Okay. Is that your turn?
No. Because I still have my second attack. That was my offhand unarmed strike. So I'm gonna hit him again with the longsword. Damn.
Monk's doing monk things. This is a very effective turn. The assassin definitely looks affected.
Awesome, because I still have my offhand attack.
Go for
Less effective.
Yeah, you miss him. He's able to duck out of your range finally.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there. That's my turn.
Okay. Okami.
I'm still not by my computer. But
We can skip and come
How
back
close
if
am I
you're
to
gonna
the
be able to get back.
I'm
Like
probably not
60
gonna
feet.
get back and my phone's about to die.
You're
Can
like
I just run
60,
forward
80 feet.
and try hold person on the assassin? Yeah, I'm just gonna sprint forward and try hold person on the assassin. Just so he's not moving around. The next person can ding him.
Okay, you're. He succeeded. Gomi, your turn.
I have a question. So if I casted Eldritch Blast, would that like hurt like the people that are in front of them, or can I directly hit towards them? And then I don't even know if I'm close enough.
I will treat them as having 3/4 cover. So their armor class goes up. 4.
4?
I want to look at it real.
We need to exploit this
I
mechanic.
think it's like less than that. I shouldn't have looked it up. It's 5.
Oh. Now I don't really care who exploits.
Yeah, so they'll have +5 to the AC, and in addition, if you land inside of that +5, you will hit the back of the people in front of the targets.
Okay, I'm gonna rethink what I'm doing with this since that's a thing.
Oh, by the way.
Okay, I'm back. I guess I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on Assassins 3 and 2, because I can do like 2 of them.
Okay, are you gonna move out of the cabin?
Yeah. Does that take like a separate action?
It's not an action. Movement,
Okay.
as long as you stay within your movement speed, which I think that puts you past. I think you can get just outside of the door. Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you could go 1 square further, but yeah.
Okay.
So Assassin 3 and 2?
Yes.
Renek, you want to help Gomi with targeting for spells?
Yeah. Drag and drop. Yeah, down.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
Do that.
You should shoot it over you.
Hmm?
Try hitting again. Oh, right, down. No, I can't.
Okay.
Can you grab it?
Oh, okay. We'll get there eventually, someday. How do I tell it to do 2?
Just like you can only target 1 at a time.
But I'm 6 and I can target 2.
Oh, I think that's 2 castings per turn.
So instead of that being your only thing you do
Separate attack rolls for Eldritch
Look.
Blast.
See? Spell creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels, so 2 beams.
Wow, I've never used Eldritch Blast at high level. Would a
That's when you
DM
cast
just
it at a higher level.
Can you do the damage roll in the chat, please?
But yeah, that's specifically when you cast this spell using a spell slot of higher level, is what it
Oh,
should be.
that. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No worries.
Damage? Cool.
You hit guard 1 in the back, dealing 4 damage.
Cool.
Can you do the roll for Assassin 2?
I have a question. Why did I hit the guard in the back? Because I was told that you could, like, dodge the people.
So what I did was I added cover for them, but the cover is the guards themselves. They're engaged in combat with the assassins. Basically, their
Okay.
backs turned to them, so they can't see it. And you rolled higher than the assassin's actual AC, but lower than what the cover provided. So that's why you hit the guard.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then can you redo the roll for assassin?
Yeah.
No, it does say you can at higher levels, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It says you
I-
can direct the beams at the same target or different ones.
Cool. All good.
I think I did that right. Yeah.
And that Eldritch Splash just misses.
Fun.
Ah, yeah, it specifies when you reach higher levels, not cast it.
Guard
Oh, yeah,
1
'cause-
shifts to the side to be able to flank Assassin 3 with Renee. And he spears him. Pretty good. Assassin 3 is starting to bleed visibly through his uniform. Jeff, your first turn.
Jeff, do we not have a grid on this?
Yeah, there's no grid on this map.
Damn it. Alright, I guess I can draw. So. "20 feet to there. And then we're gonna be cheeky. How far is that? 45 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet to...
What are we doing?
We're being cheeky. So I moved 20 feet. We are then going to... Whoa, don't do that. Move another... We'll call it 15 feet that way. And then Misty Step over here.
Okay, that was cheeky. Anything from there? Misty Step is a bonus action, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
And then I'm going to attack Assassin 2 with my battle axe. That was really bad.
Yeah, you missed.
Okay.
You here to try again?
I have extra attack, so yeah, I'm gonna attack him again. That was a lot better.
Yeah, that was much better.
I assume that hits, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cha.
Yeah, and he doesn't appear to be too harmed by the damage. Anything else?
We're fresh. We're gonna action surge.
Oh,
We're gonna tag him again. How's he looking?
he's looking like he's starting to feel it.
Okay, well, extra attack. I guess we're going for him again then.
Okay. You have advantage because of Renek, by the way. You hit though if you want to.
It's all good. Oh, and I oops. No, don't do that. Do that. Ah, damn.
Not the best. Does that complete your turn?
Yeah, yeah. And like as after Jeff goes on this like rampage, you see like vents open and steam come out.
Well, Jeff, keep on rampaging because you're going first this round.
Okay.
I didn't expect it either.
Yeah, since we're flanking him, fuck it. We're gonna keep going for him. Actually, no, before I do that, I want a bonus action Thunder's Mark him.
Okay. And you do have advantage because of Renek.
Yeah, I'm still rolling good, so I keep forgetting that. I'm pretty sure that hits.
It did. It did.
Alright, so then he takes this plus this.
He's looking like he's really starting to feel it.
And extra attack.
Hit. Jeff's just wailing.
And he takes that plus that. Oh, that was about the worst I could have rolled there.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it for Jeff.
Assassin 1 goes in at you. Your pointer blocked my.
That's why I took him off.
I'm thinking. He misses. And he hits
Oh.
with the second blow. Wait, what's your AC?
19.
He does not hit. Assassin 2 turns to defend himself.
Wow. I actually should have even been doing more damage that whole time. That's something I'm gonna have to note. I have to
And
roll it.
he hits you. And you fight off the poison from the blow quite easily.
I also have advantage against poison saving throws anyways.
That's helpful. And he hits with the second. Just wanted to make sure that it did do it twice. You succeeded both times. Assassin 3 continues to, or goes after Renek. He hits with both blows. Renek, you are able to fight off the poison from the sword in the first.
I need more movement speed.
However, the poison is able to get through on the second. Renek takes 20 poison damage.
Ooh! Let's not do that again.
It's not a fun life. I'm afraid of trains. After this, I'm gonna be really afraid of trains.
The mage takes a few steps forwards, raising his staff. Yeah, that seems right.
Remember that if you're within 10 feet of my character, you get +3 to your saving throws.
All right. The mage casts Fireball again. Guard 1 died instantly. Gomi took 16 damage. Leo took 32 damage. Renek is unconscious and prone.
Did that apply the
Renek succeeded. And Gomi, Leo, you failed either way.
Well, yeah.
I
But-
have I forget what it's called, but I take no damage on a pass saving throw for area of effect attacks like Fireball.
Link it, and that sounds dope. Do you have the link for the ability?
I think I may have spoken too soon, and it may be a higher level, so I'm grabbing the rule book so I can look it up.
Okay, fair enough.
It should be in your abilities if it's there.
Well, I'm thinking that I was wrong. I'm too low level for it yet.
It is a really cool ability if you have it, though.
It makes the monk. It also, well, it's not the same rule, but he also basically gets the same deal for opportunity attacks, where like every opportunity attack is at disadvantage against him.
I'm not seeing anything. Just looking at your abilities.
No, it's not in there. I don't think I have it yet.
Okay. Leo, your whiskers just got tickled by a fireball. What do you do?
What just happened? Taking a look. I'm trying to see what would make the most sense for me to do here.
You can see the PHB. There you go.
Also, Akami, you have managed to be just outside of range of both fireballs.
So I'm going to step out and come up to the paladin. Or not the paladin, the assassin, I apologize. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite. Yeah, I'm sorry, could you get rid of the grappled effect that's on my character for some reason?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and swing up on the paladin. I'm gonna go ahead and probably gonna add a divine smite on that in a second. Let's see how I roll. I'm gonna go ahead and add a divine smite on that.
Too close and yet so far.
Did that hit though?
It did hit.
Let's see if I did this correctly this time.
You did. Not your best roll though.
No, definitely not. Got 2 ones and D8s.
He is barely able to stand, but his will to fight has not left his eyes.
Well, I'm about to see if I can make the light leave his eyes. I don't think that's gonna work though.
You missed.
Yep. It's gonna end my turn. I hope I live.
Does that complete your turn, Leo?
Yes, it does.
Renek's not off to a strong start.
No.
Okami is not here anymore. Do you guys feel like this is a good spot to end it?
Yeah, I gotta start wrapping up for tomorrow.
All right, so Renek is on the floor. The Colt has sent some assassins and a mage to attack your party on the train. Yeah, I couldn't make up that random roll. You guys did horrible on the very first random encounter chance of that trip. Just absolutely terrible.
It started off with some really good rolls in my attack.
That was phenomenal. Did I hear you say, when I rolled that random encounter roll, did I hear you say, oh, that's not good?
That was me.
Oh, I was wondering who said that.
I saw the 20
You were
and I was just
correct.
like,
With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end up the stream right here, guys.
for sure.
Fair enough.